Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Solomon, your financial guide for special needs families. How are you today? I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. It's beautiful today. We're going to get some cold weather and some rain coming up. I don't know what the weather's like by you, but I hope you're enjoying your day. Today, we're going to be talking about Able Account basics. So I'm basically just going to kind of rip through what you would call like a presentation style information in regard to Able accounts. So what I'm basically going to be doing is going through like the high points. I'm not going to go into too much detail. That's something that we can reserve for another time. But I want to give everybody a foundational overview. Some of you are old pros, you have Able accounts, you know how all this stuff works, but some of you are just hearing about this for the first time. So between the pro and the rookie, we're going to hopefully have something for everyone. So let's get started. So, again, this is Mark Solomon, your financial guide for special needs families, bringing you simple ideas and strategies to help lower what? Your financial pressures today so you can get back to what's most important, taking care of your family. And again, today we're talking about Able Account Basics. So let's just get like a quick overview of what an ABLE account is. First, ABLE account is a acronym. ABLE stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience. So the basic foundation for this account is to give your child a better life experience, meaning whether that is better medical or psychological care or therapy care or physical therapy care, right? Or whether it's experiencing things in the world that you weren't able to experience because you're spending so much time and money on therapies and taking care of your child that you can't go to Tahiti. You can't go to the Grand Canyon. You can't take a weekend and go to Disney anywhere or Universal anywhere or Six Flags anywhere. You can't enjoy these things. Why? Because financially, one, it's difficult. Physically, it can be challenging. Psychologically, it can be challenging. So the ABLE account enables you to put monies aside, sheltering from SSI income, that you can use for what they call qualified disability expenses, which we'll go over, and the broadness of those expenses so that you can give your child a better life experience. Okay. So first thing about an ABLE account is the beneficiary is the child. The child, the account is for them and is theirs. They're the beneficiary slash owner. That's how it works. It's in their name. It's considered in their estate. Keep that in the back of your mind that the ABLE account is a part of your child's estate. Just lock that away, okay? That's something to remember for later when we talk about other things like special needs trusts, benefits, and things like that, okay? ABLE account is part of your child's estate. Next, anyone can open this account for them, even non-for-profits or a church, a grandparent, a cousin, a father, a mother, a what is it? An aunt, a grandparent, okay? And even the child themselves, if they're capable, can have their own ABLE account. Okay, that's why it's in their estate, it's in their name. Okay, so as of this year, ABLE accounts are now moved up to $19,000 maximum savings per calendar year. That's from January to December, January 1st, December 31st, $19,000 a year that you can put aside for now and into the future expenses. Okay. The money in an ABLE account, if you choose to grow it through investment opportunities and portfolios in ABLE accounts, it grows tax free. Okay. Now, the maximum balance that you can have in the ABLE account while on benefits, which means while on SSI, is $100,000. Maximum $100,000. People say, "Oh, well, that's it," and a lot of us would then say, "Well, if I could get get to $100,000 ever anywhere, that would be great." So we are going to recommend 25 to 10, 15, 20, $30,000 max. and that'll be explained later at another time. Put that also in the back of your mind, why we want to keep it a little lower, okay? And then lastly, the money can be used for QDEs, qualified disability expenses, and we're going to run through what those are, okay? So next, we're going to talk about what these qualified disability expense categories are. And these are how they fall. One, housing. Well, what falls under housing? A home, a mobile home, um, apartment, any I mean, I hate to say the word institution, a group home, any place that your child is living that be considered a home is considered housing. Housing means mortgage payments, rent payments, insurance payments for the house or the apartment, right? Monies for the group home, anything that has to do with housing, okay? And that could also be expenses in the house. That could be bills like gas, electric, power, water, all the things that come with what housing expenses could be, even repairs, right? Even insurance premiums. I think I might have said that, okay? Next one is transportation. Just the word transportation, let your imagination go. What kind of things are used for transportation? Well, cars, buses, motorcycles, scooters, skateboards, airplanes, boats, any kind of transportation for whatever purpose for achieving a better life experience for your child, okay? And then medical expenses fall under that. The umbrella of medical expenses is everything from co-pays to major surgery and everything in between. And on the outside of that umbrella, like physical therapy and what is it? Respite care and babysitters, whatever you want to call medical, because if it falls under an expense having to do with their diagnosis, it could be considered medical. Okay. Food, that's a no-brainer. Food, period. Next is emergencies. This is one of the things that we hit hard on that's really good for able accounts is to use it for emergencies. And then you can use it to purchase an automobile, fix an automobile, anything that has to do with a car, okay? It includes vacations, achieving a better life experience, professional assistants like financial planners, uh, um, lawyers, attorneys, doctors, all those kinds of professionals, okay? It's called professional assistance. And lastly, education. So the good thing about the QDE for education is that an Enable account has what's called a 529 designation, tax designation, just like a college savings program. College savings programs, people call them 529s all the time, but they're 529C. Able account is 529A. So it's basically the same kind of money when the IRS looks at it, right? It's tax designation. So education, you can pay for education with an Able account. You don't need a 529 college savings anymore. You can have an Able account that takes care of all these other expenses and also education. So that's wonderful. And remember, all qualified disability expenses are tax exempt, tax free. Anytime you take money out to use for those expenses, tax free and penalty free. So you don't have to worry about paying taxes on using it for co-pays for your kids' doctor's appointments. Okay. So now that we're going to quickly go over the investment options, because I kind of hinted on the fact you can grow the money. You can grow the money through portfolios, and it's simple. Most Able accounts have like 4 to 5, maybe even more options, but these are like the 5 basic ones that they have here in California and many other places across the country. The first one is an aggressive growth portfolio. That means just definitionally, basically just think 100% stocks, 95% stocks and above. So super volatile, but that's meant for long term, 10, 15, 20 years and beyond. You set it, forget it, don't look at it because you'll freak out watching it go up and down every day, right? The next is standard growth, basically the same thing, but more like 90% stocks, but you're going to have the same thing up and down a lot of volatility, long-term investment. Moderate growth, that means kind of in the middle. It's got some bonds in there and some stock. What's the difference between bonds and stock? Bonds are debt certificates and stocks are not. So when you purchase a stock and stocks go up, bonds tend to stay down or maybe go down a little. But also when stocks go down, bonds tend to go up a little to keep it from dropping too much. It's a way to kind of like if you're feeling a little iffy about growth or aggressive growth, but you want like 6, 8, 10% potentially over the long term, moderate growth is a choice for you because it doesn't take as much risk. There's not as much volatilities, but you can still get good growth in the long run. And then, of course, there's conservative growth. Those are accounts that stay up with inflation. And then they have a bank savings option, which is basically like a money marketing account. Okay. So and again, all these options grow tax free, no taxes on them whatsoever. Okay. And then Able account has flexibility. There's interstate options, means you can buy across state lines. If you live in California and you don't like the options in California, you can buy in Texas, you can buy in Florida, or 26 plus other states that have Able accounts that sell across state lines. Okay. You can fund the money for multiple uses, emergency funds, future expenses, now expenses, right? And we're talking all those, you think of all the categories of qualified disability expenses, those are the broad expenses from vacations all the way down to intravenous blood transfusion. It's all in there, okay? Future expense funding, it's like when your child, let's say if your child's a minor, when they reach age of majority at 18, now they get their own SSI, they have their own Medicaid or Medi-Cal, right? But SSI doesn't cover all their living expenses. So in the future, you can put money aside to help supplement those expenses, whether they're housing or food, whatever they need supplement, transportation, right? And then that's an income supplementation is basically they go hand in hand, future funding and income supplement, because sometimes your child may not be able to make enough money to sustain themselves. So it can supplement their income and pay for their expenses. And then if you're in California and other states like Colorado or Florida, some places in Northeast, there are benefits to buying within your state's Able account. In California, there's a prohibition for the Medicaid program for the rest of the country, but Medi-Cal from taking what's called the payback, which means that they won't be able to take money out of the Able account after the child passes away in the future. And there's other tax benefits in other states and similar benefits to California in other states. Okay. So basically, those are kind of like an overview of all the basics of what an Able account is, does, and what it's for. What I want to tell you is that if you're always worried about losing your benefits because the bank account's pushing up against that $2,000, right? This is a great way to funnel extra cash out of that account and never have to feel worried that you're going to lose benefits over a high balance in the checking/savings account, right? Because up to the tune of 19 grand a year, you can put it in the Able account for the future of your child, okay? For now emergencies and future expenses. So I hope you guys found this valuable. If you did, let us know. Send a comment. If you want more information about your specific situation, set a complimentary consultation. Our calendar link is below in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or in Facebook, you will see it. Set a complimentary consultation. We want to help you, okay? So again, set a complimentary consultation, send us a message in Instant Messenger if you want. Our email is consultwithmark@yahoo.com. That's one word, consultwithmark@yahoo.com. We're more than happy to answer your questions. We'd love to help you. Thank you so much again for showing up. We love you guys are here. Keep coming back for this valuable information. We appreciate you. And if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe because you'll get more alerts that we have new videos coming up. Take care. God bless you. This has been Mark Solomon, your financial guide for special needs families, bringing you simple ideas and strategies to help lower your financial pressures today. Thank you so much, and God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.